But like realistically, why are we running? My hair looks so much better after the whole day. That's so crazy. I'm about to change it. It was a do anything but right day yesterday. Just chip away at this bad boy. Hi, my name is Carrie and I'm writing sci-fi. May 3rd. It's May 3rd. That is bonkers. Summer is quickly approaching. I am excited. Here's where we're at. It is now time to embark on the redrafting, the replotting of Act 3. I finished reading it last week some point. Don't remember what day. It's not important what day. Last week at some point I finished the read through of Act 3. I'm very pleased with it. I'm glad that we're done. It's crazy that progress happens sometimes. Anyway, so now we need to redraft, figure out what the heck is happening. And if I'm being completely, totally honest, because what else would I be? I don't have a bloody clue where to start with that. I think honestly, I just kind of have to get my toes in the water with it and see where we go. I only have a couple of changes that I know I need to make, the bigger changes. In terms of like where else we need to go, I think there's more in store for this act that needs to get fixed. And I just don't know exactly what those things are. So part of the mission this week will be to kind of figure out what those things are. If anything else, I think I might crack open some of my notes from draft 1 when I was doing my draft 1 read through. I think I might kind of see where my head was at when I was making the decisions for draft 2, and that might help me along. It might not, who knows, but I think I might do that. Really, I need to get some ideas on the wall, I think. I think I can get the first 5 chapters. That might be a little bit too much. I think I can get the first 2 chapters. So where we see Ghost and Isleen once we break into Act 3. So this would be really exactly what's next after Act 2. But I think I can get that figured. And I think that's a good place to start. So that's what we're going to try to do tonight. I just did a bunch of reading, so it's a little bit late and I might need to figure out what's going on for dinner before I jump into that. But that's the plan. And we'll see how it goes. I definitely think that I can get the first 2 chapters in Act 3 sorted. So we'll see. Okay, let's go do it. Here's the sitch. It is May 5th. It is Cinco de Mayo. Hey, I got back from work about an hour ago. So we're going to sit down and do a little bit of writing. I cleaned my kitchen and did some other things. But yeah, we're going to do some writing. But I didn't write yesterday. Monday I was pretty tired, so I didn't do any writing yesterday. But I did paint my nails. It was a do anything but right day yesterday. Let's take a look at what I did yesterday. Or the day before that. Sunday, how many words? Sunday, I wrote 391 words, which seems like not a lot, but there was a lot of brainstorming that happened. As you can possibly see behind me, did a bit of thinking and worked on the master timeline for this book. It looks like this. I have it in Procreate, and then I just printed it off for reference, easier reference. I'm a hard copy paper gal. So things happened earlier this week, but nothing crazy to write home about. But we are drafting Act 3. Is the point. We have gotten into the point of this process where I am now drafting again, and it feels good. The chapter I'm working on right now is completely comprised of new scenes. There are a few pieces of information that are kind of getting restructured, I think. Yeah. So like there were a few scenes that were previously in this chapter that are getting where that information contained in those old scenes is essentially being repackaged into a new scene. Does that make sense? So hopefully it is much better and it flows better. I believe it will flow better and that it will be better. So it's just a matter of putting that together. Don't know what we're doing with the next chapter yet, but that's next chapter's problem. I think I'm in a place of just drafting and I'm trying to go kind of slow, make sure I get things that are needed included because I don't want to be rushing for no reason. Like, why am I running? I watched a writing advice video. It was a little bit like I was getting a pep talk from an older sister and I kind of appreciated it. But anyway, she was like, why are you running? Why are we rushing? And I'm like, you know what? That's a really good point. We're rushing because we feel like we're running out of life. But that's, I'm in a place where I feel my mortality. And that's my own problem. Let's not project that onto my manuscript now. But anyway, that's why I'm rushing. I don't know. But like realistically, why are we running? Girl, I don't know. Good point. I shouldn't be running. Does that make any sense? Okay. Speaking of running, I'm going to move to my little walking pad because I've had an obscene amount of sugar today. Someone else wise said, set a goal for it, make a plan for it, and it will more likely, it's more likely to happen. So I've set a goal for walking on my treadmill 5 days a week for at least an hour. So I'm going to try that today. I didn't walk Monday. I didn't walk Sunday. So it's about time that I basically need to walk until Saturday every day. So wish me luck on that. It's a goal, not a perfection standard. I'm going to do that. What else do I need to tell you? Is that kind of it? Is that all? Oh, I think I might want to do a little bit of reading, but I don't need to. I'm rereading The Great Gatsby. I started reading it yesterday and I'm on chapter 6. And I don't like The Great Gatsby. Like, I don't like any of the characters, which I think is kind of the point. So I definitely feel like Fitzgerald got me there, like I've fallen for his trap. So I don't enjoy it. Like, my personal enjoyment of Gatsby is like pretty low. But I fully enjoy and appreciate all the craft that has gone into that book and making it one of the great American novels, right? It'll be the second time that I've read it, so I do feel like I'm sinking my teeth into it more. And as I am sinking my teeth into it more and trying to solve the riddle of The Great Gatsby, I'm enjoying it more. So it's like moving it up from like a 2-star to a 3-star already. But is it a book I enjoy? No, it's not. Is it a plot that excites me? No. Like, I think I've just come to the conclusion that Nick is gay, and that's the plot. Anyway, I'm the last person to project my own ideas onto classic literature and say that that was the intention of the author. Yeah, I'm not that bold, but I do have my theories. But anyway, I do feel like I want to read something else that I might enjoy. So I have the stack of books that I'm either reading or getting rid of, so I can try to move to chapter 2 on some of those, or I can just not, or I can read Promise of Blood. I keep not reading Promise of Blood, but every time I pick it up, it's a good time. Yeah, I have plenty of books to read and finish, though. I might peruse my bookshelf for a different one. I'm kind of looking for one that I like can't put down. Okay, well, that's enough yapping about that. So I'm gonna go do the things that I intend to do. Okay, bye. Okay, it is Thursday, May 7th, and we are exactly 101 words into Act 3, Draft 2, promising, moving my way through this slowly, but it's looking good. I'm not disappointed. The only thing that I am disappointed with, kind of, is characterization, specifically character voice. I'm noticing that during this conversation, the characters are kind of sounding like each other. That's the one thing that really can't be happening right now. I need to work on that. The other thing is I'm fuzzy on what exactly is handled, discovered, whatnot, that needs to come across in this bit because I had said one thing and now I'm like, oh, maybe I need to say another thing instead. Minor issues, just like fun drafting issues, actually, like the nitty gritty of it. It's nothing like a creative block. It's just figuring out the details of how things happen, the stuff you do for a draft too. Let's see. I did not write yesterday, unfortunately, but I am gonna try and get some writing done today, so that's exciting. I don't know, let's say 500 words. Try to get at least that. Just chip away at this bad boy. That's what's happening. Did I mention I'm rereading The Great Gatsby? I'm about 95% of the way through that, so I figure I'll be done with it by tomorrow. I think that's probably what's going to happen. I'm going to order some t-shirts off Amazon. So sue me for that. I think that's kind of all I have to say. Is it really $30 for all that? Oh my God. I want the... Okay, I'm going to handle this. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi, my camera is going to die very shortly, but I needed to give you guys a quick overview so that you know what's going on this weekend. So right now I'm getting ready for an event for work. I'm gonna try and curl my hair. I don't know how far I'm gonna get in this video because I have 16%. Oh my God, it's finally recovered. My hair looks so much better after the whole day. That's so crazy. I'm about to change it. So basically I am 1,200 words or so. We're gonna keep going. Here's the issue for this weekend. So how much writing am I actually going to get done realistically? Tonight, probably nothing. Probably no. That's fine. You know, that's just how this weekend is gonna go. Next weekend, it's a little bit more promising. Honestly, even Monday is more promising. But I am gonna try and get this video out this Friday and just kind of hope for the best. You know, however far I get between now and posting this video is whatever. We're still in that first chapter. Like I cannot stress I cannot stress this enough. Sometimes progress is super slow, and that is just the reality. I wish it were not that way, but it happens a lot where it'll be like, I've spent a whole week on a chapter and we are only 1,300 words deep, 1,200 words deep. We haven't gotten very far. Things are still very up in the air with the characters and what is actually motivating them in each individual moment. Like, again, we're at a certain point in the draft, and like taking it beyond that point is going to take elbow grease, and it happens in stages. It's a journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay. And it's a lot of fun. It is just taking a ton of focus and energy that's like, I am just mentally not going to be there at any given moment to give it what it needs. That's just how things have been going recently. So, okay, so let's do some of this. I'm trying to breathe some life back into my face and then fix my hair. Some powder. Oh dear. Does anybody have like, I don't know, I feel like Caroline Collins sometimes when I'm doing my makeup, but she somehow does like a full face of makeup without like in 2 minutes without really like it looks good. I don't know how she does it, and I've watched her videos like 1,000 times and I still don't know how she manages it, but we're gonna put some of this on. Shut up. Let's make things shiny. Okay. I don't need to be wearing that much anyway. I just need a little something. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. So I'm going to try and attempt to curl my hair. I will say that part of my distraction is that I've been watching The Punisher and I was watching Daredevil. I've kind of gone down this whole rabbit hole. You'll notice in my life, like I have phases. So it'll be like, I'm all in, I'm binging Peaky Blinders, then I stop and watch nothing for months. And then I'm all in watching this one show and then I stop and then watch nothing at all. or I'm reading and like that's all you can catch me doing is reading. It just depends on the day and the time of year. I don't know. All right, I will see you guys at another date. And done. Just kidding. See how it's okay. Anyway, this is only step one. So I let it sit with the hairspray for a while and then I will brush it out and then it'll look better after that. But for right now, it's gonna get crunchy and we're just gonna hope for the best. The event is over and this is the aftermath. Look at that. Gone.